I have issues. Okay, what? This is not the main menu I saw yesterday. You know how games have like epilepsy warnings and seizure warnings? That's what that setting menu needs. Okay, so it's just every menu. Wow, alright. Yeah, we probably don't need a... Oh, okay. Why is this like... Am I on a phone here? What is this? This is not... What? I downloaded this yesterday, and I swear to you that menu was not there. Anyways, yeah, don't, because it's happening. Okay. I'm so ready for this. Do I need to read everything, or do we all know how to read? All two people that are gonna see this. Okay, so there's gonna be a lot of Japanese names, and that's probably not gonna be good for me trying to pronounce those. I feel like I should read them though, because it's like, you know, on a little screen you're trying to read along, you know, that's... Okay, so here's the rundown. The last couple of bubbles basically have said there's this semi-annoying girl that I've known since our childhood days. We are friends only because we've known each other for so long, and she's like weird and nobody really wants to be her friend, but I'm her friend. Anyways, we've stopped seeing each other more and more recently because she oversleeps. Stupid. Anyways. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Wow, okay. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori say, here we go. Sayori catch up to me. Haha. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but oh, okay, so I put my name in yesterday and I was like, okay, I gotta stream this. Even though I pressed new game right now, I don't know why it didn't ask me for my name again. Maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. That's harsh. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. Guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. That's real. Whatever you say, sorry. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with others. That's a great word, speckled? With other students making their daily commute. By the way, Cal, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. So take your club and shove it. No, that's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Sure, it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you... Dude, this can take forever if I read everything. Show me your... Dude, show me yours. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? Great, so these are all high school. This is good. This is perfect. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of becoming a NEET? A nurse something or other? I don't know. In a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yes, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Yeah, right? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing... Dude, this is gonna take 5 ever. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Alright, we're off the street. School day is as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Real. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. I feel like you do have a choice and you don't have to start there. Hello, Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori... Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Alright, hold on. I gotta get the comments open. That one's too long. It doesn't fit on the screen. I wasn't expecting anybody to actually watch this. I don't even know if I can see the stream. No, of course not. Oh. Dude, the last stream was 3 months ago. Wowzers. 2 Zoom calls open and it's playing on my phone. You're welcome. I don't understand why YouTube will not show me my own stream anymore. It used to be the first thing that popped up. Somehow in the last month we still have 10,000 views and 304 watch hours. All because of that stupid Mr. Dickovich video with 1.3 million views. It's a wild. Content. Alright, now I'm on YouTube Studio looking for it. Still don't see it. Do I have to like manually search for it or what? This is so dumb. There it is. I do have to manually search for it. That's sick. Okay. Now I can see your long comments. Your long... Never schlong. What? Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest, after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Why do I hate this woman so much? What did she do? Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on. Please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well... I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Oh, here we go. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's cunning as I've planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. Let's stop for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Let's go, baby. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Oh, wow. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member's here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Alright, this is a lot happening on screen at once. Welcome to the club. Y'all wanna go to the club? Ain't none of y'all! Anyways, all words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Again, they're in high school. Let's keep that in mind. That's not my words. The screen said that. I'm just reading what my high school age character is saying or thinking. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. This is sorry, Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude. Sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure looks I'm autistic and dyslexic. Alexic, I don't know. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Wow. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Oh, wow. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, dude, Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet you. That's exactly how that would sound in real life. This is real. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. Sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's the first actual name that I can pronounce. It's great to see you again, Cal. What history do we have? Whoa, okay. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. Who am I gonna choose? I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, got a little too excited. How about I make some tea as well, says Yuri. Girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Am I saying words correctly? I can't like hear myself talk, so I don't know if I'm saying actual words half the time. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened. It's so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. I don't even get to choose where I sit. Dude, I got some in my eye, and I think I'm dying. Sebastian? Bro, what's up, dude? It's been so long. I can't believe this is the game that got me back. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! That's fine, match. That word sounds. Yeah, I know. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Dudes. Bro. Yeah, me too. Sayori grabs one first, and Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Nice. I turn the cupcakes around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Wait, what? Made them for you or anything? Huh? I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Sounds like a play or something like a bad script. Dude, I know. I'm only reading it because I feel like it'd be kind of a hassle to try to read everything off your phone. It's a little small. Well, maybe, but not for you. Dummy. Alright, wait, she called me a dummy? I don't even know her. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a tea... Dude, She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting the teapot down next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Oh boy. Yeah. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. There it is. Manga, I don't know how to say that. I'm uninformed. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Alright, pump the brakes. We're not here to flirt. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Is that what's happening here? Oh, yeah. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror recently. But why would I say recently? It says lately. Special. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Alright, Natsuki, pipe down. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh? Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Oh boy, you left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. And give that back? Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles? I've never seen that word in my life. Sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Most impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. I actually took a poetry class earlier this year, and we did have to read them out loud in front of the class. So, yeah, I get it. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Wow. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Is that a word? Is quizzically a word? Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. Is there any gameplay in this? Do I even make any decisions, or do I just sit here and read? Yeah, I took one last fall. Public speaking. Hated it. That way, everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Cal? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought Classic. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Again, not my words, just reading what's on the screen. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Cal, I look forward to reading... Look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Cal, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure. Might as well. Yay. Do I get to play anything? With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you... oh boy. Pick words you think your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Whoa, Nelly. Okay, so we definitely don't want to be flirting with the freshmen. That's off limits for sure. Boop. Sweet, love, passion. We'll go with passion. Sunny. I don't know what that word is. Effulgent. Cheeks. I mean, that's my favorite. Papa. Oh, yeah. We've got 2 good ones here. Heaven sent. That's kind of, cliche. Destiny. Fulfill your destiny. Suicide is in one of these. Okay. Fluffy sensation email. Shiny stars. I probably should have been keeping track because... Okay, what was the first one I picked? I am writing a poem, so these should probably make sense together. I picked, what, Destiny and Passion? Alright, Passion and Destiny. Dude, I don't know, these are random. Passion, Destiny, Sensation. I guess that goes with the other 2. Kinda. Not really, whatever. Essence, Kawaii. Wonderful. Okay, so there's some very dark words in here. I'm wondering what would happen if I just chose the darkest words. Suicide, graveyard, a couple other ones. Incapable. Dream. I like dream. I just got a trophy. What did I get that trophy for? I gotta see this, hold on. spent enough time during the poem minigame for the music to loop? Bro, I'm on the 4th page out of 20. I think everybody's gotten that trophy. We'll go with Dream. Extraordinary Flea Milk. Depression. Okay. Marshmallow. Okay, so milk would not make sense, but I like that one. Let's get wild. Yeah, let's get funky. Uncanny, treasure, color, raindrops, misfortune, vivacious. I don't know if I've ever seen that word either. Awesome. I like raindrops. I like that. That's a good word. Bliss, unrequited. That's one you don't see very often. Jump, jumpy. Aura, have to go with aura. I hurt myself today. Rainbow, blanket, grief, headphones. Nature, we like nature. Whirlwind, vitality, agonizing and hopeless. Go with vitality, I think. Warm. Atone. Covet. Death. The cry. Clouds, universe. I'll go with universe. Sunset, parfait. Lucky. That is what I'm not. Okay, it's between waterfall and sunset. The sunset. Summer would make sense with the sunset. A climax? Yes. Beauty, bunny, twirl, sadness, family, pink, forgive, fireflies. Fireflies. Electricity. Yeah. Disown. Infinite, embrace, sparkle. Party. Fickle. I don't know, these are all kind of random. We'll go with tears. Save your tears for another day. Precious, anxiety, tenacious. Adventure. I go with adventure. Lust. Valentine, unrestrained, giggle, meager, nightgown, melancholy. I really like melancholy as a word to use in poetry. Intellectual, wrath, dazzle, crimson. That's kind of fire. I like that. Crimson's a good one. Broken, candy, excitement, sticky, bouncy. I'm sorry. Hair, melody, captive, rose, breathe, fear, judgment, unending, entropy, philosophy. Rose. These are so random. There's like no correlation between any of them. Unending? I don't know. Sure. Okay, here we go. Misery, disaster, unstable, time, vertigo, pout, peaceful, determination, variance, incongruent. I am in misery. Misery. It's just because I like that song. Hi again, Cal. Hello, Monica. How are you? Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Cal. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Chill, Natsuki, okay? Sayori told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Sayori... and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Dude, she needs to chill. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Why is she getting on me if we can relate to both liking manga? Don't worry, guys. Always gives his best as long as he's having fun. This is true. He helps me with busy work even without me asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Cal can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Well, wait, Sayori... Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Dude, my brother has riz. This is not me, for sure. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. How thoughtful, right? It's a short read, so it should keep your attention if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Thank you, I'll definitely read this. I'll spark note it. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Hell, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh boy. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, that's fine. I was focused, and I probably wouldn't have noticed. Oh, if I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. You go, girl. I'm just rereading a bit of this. So, that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. Why? Why would you decide to let it go? I'll definitely start reading it soon. I won't. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. Life is strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Oh. Guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I'd put into my bag. It's fine if I sit here, right? Dude. My guy's smooth. You sure? You seem a little apprehensive. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. Oh, I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold the book more between the two of them. Take notes, people. This is how it's done. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. My man. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, she does it for me. So cute. Now what could possibly go wrong? Ah. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. She's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Oh my gosh. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? She just called me special, basically. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page for me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. Oh boy. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Why did you even say anything at all? You just blew it. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. Oh. Doubling down, that's bold. Let's see how it works. Oh, what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, oh, saved. Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Oh boy. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Oh, it's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. Dude, I blew it. Totally blew it. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. There's no choices being made here. It's just, I'm literally just pushing X and reading. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Sure did. Yeah? My relaxation ends. Let me go first. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? we are going to pursue Yuri and try to make amends. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. We saved it. We brought it back. We brought it back. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't you didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? 0. Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Well, this may or may not be true. Really? Oh, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Thanks, Yuri. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, that's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath amber glow. Bathing? It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. Sorry, the writing's a little rough to read. I'm not completely caught up on my cursive. Okay, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. How did she know? What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Yeah, that's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, this story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. And I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. Hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I probably learned a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Cal. Me too. Do I have to go through all of them? I'm gonna go with Monica. Having a good time so far? Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha, don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. That's true. And Monica, my poem. Great job. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Rude. I guess I underestimated you. Backhanded compliment, thank you. That's the realest thing I've ever seen. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. My man. That's not very fair. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? I do know that. Full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Do your own thing. 'Cause just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. This game is rated M, by the way, if you're wondering. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Is this like... Oh, Mori was rated M too. I never finished that, and it never really got too wild. So, I guess I need to just blast through this one and see if anything gets insane. Dude, I still got some in my freaking eye, man. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Well... Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Wow, that's pretty good. I don't know what she's talking about. What do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. That's actually what I try to do. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Hoso to Sayori. Natsuki's a punk. This is a good poem. You sure it's your first time? It's my first time. Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? Guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. To be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? Like I said before, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. It's true. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? You can calm down. That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay. You'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Everybody said that. Yeah, we'll see about that. Dear Sunshine. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? Fire. I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. It's a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was bad. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Oh, I guess I look forward to it. What's up, punk? Wow, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me, princess. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. This is the shortest. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That's kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of fire. Told you weren't gonna like it. I do, yeah, that was sick. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Yeah, her poem's fire. It was probably the best one. That's what it means to be a pro. Alright, let's relax. Glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? I guess not. I decided to humor her with my last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew! Guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I had anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Yeah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks. But it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Wow. Okay. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Cal did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own, but you didn't like hers either. Excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Ouch. Cal liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki said, oh boy, suddenly stands up. Oh? No, we're not back. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Huh? That's not what I... Ugh. You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Cal appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Yeah, I am. Natsuki's last on the tier list. How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. That's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Cow. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. Dude, she's a punk. This wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? I somewhat agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. Somewhat agree, but the meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Alright. I kind of agree with that. Help me explain that to her. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. This is true. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. I do plan on finishing this game. I don't know how long it is, but what am I, like an hour and 10 minutes in? I'm actually extremely intrigued by the story so far. You understand that, right? Of course. Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's gonna be, help me, Sayori. No, I'm not gonna finish it today. Natsuki seems like she'd, like, slit my throat if I disagreed with her. But Yuri's goated. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now, dude. No. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now. Yeah, Yuri's a little emo. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful, so... What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. How about you? I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends too. Wow. That's a wild thing to say. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. Why'd the beam? Truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? I agree. No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. Promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew! You know, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Ugh. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Here you go, bud. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Alright. So, Yuri likes descriptive words. Very fancy. I think I used nature the first time, maybe? I don't know. What is nature? Tenacious, tragedy, vitality. Are these all the same words? Lock in? Dude, I'm locked. What'd I do? Nature, tragedy, alone. Okay, hold on. I'm locking in for real. We're gonna be alone in nature, but together, no. Bag the two. Can I get both of them? Laugh, family, death, whirlwind. Incapable seems powerful, but I do like whirlwind. But then there's journey too. Journey's a solid one, and a lone journey through through nature. Wow, freaking retarded. I'm locked in on Yuri. I don't even know what Monica likes. It seems like she likes everything. I don't even know if she's an option. She's not down in the corner there. I'll go with incapable. Yeah, desire is a good one. I like desire. Summer, vivid, broken, massacre. Let's go vivid. Peace, infinite, landscape. That's a good one. Landscape. Hopeless, uncontrollable. No, Monica's not on there. Adventure, heaven sent, childhood, fickle, kitty, no, childhood, entropy, unending. I like essence. It's kind of the same as aura. I used aura last time and it seemed to work out with essence. Captive, covet, defeat is pretty underhanded. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm locked in right now. We'll go with defeat. It's gonna be kind of a depressing one. Shame, determination. That's a good one. Determination. Despise, dream, sensation. have massive. I agree. Extraordinary, unstable. Heartbeat. Go with heartbeat. Incongruent. Still don't know what that word means. Hey Siri, what does incongruent mean? Incompatible. Okay. I used Crimson last time because I like that. Horror? She likes horror. Boom. Comfort, prayer, jumpy, vivacious. Hey Siri, what does vivacious mean? Hey Siri, what does vivacious mean? Attractive? Intellectual, prayer. We'll go with frightening. I want to use prayer and frightening. They are in high school, yeah. Yes. No, I'm not here for the cupcake. No prayer. Romance, marriage, existence. Existence is a good one. I did use climax on the last one. Okay, well, I'm not 30 whatever years old. However old he is. Existence. I like existence. I still like melancholy. We're gonna go with melancholy. I used aura last time too, and I already used essence, so we're not gonna use aura again. Vibrant, calm. I wish this was hope and not hop. Forgive, that's a good one. Flee, universe. I used bouncy too, because I'm a freaking idiot. Dude. That's crazy. Ambient. Passion. I think he used passion last time. Use ambient. Atone, misfortune, pout, whistle, mouse, melody, secretive, anime, whisper. I'm pretty sure I used judgment last time. We'll do a tone. I think we cooked, okay? I think we cooked. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Gotten a little more comfortable over the last couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Sayori, looks like you're in a good mood today. What are you talking about? I'm going for Yuri. Still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see, that's a pretty simple thing. Yada yada yada. Can I just show someone my poem now? Sorry, getting a little antsy. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come? Come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Cook, brother. Cook. Why don't we take a... What? What? Her coin? Well, I have a coin purse. Turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. I'm so confused. Where did this come from? Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you. Oh, she was trying to distract me. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. Ain't none of y'all old enough. Either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Hello, Yuri. Didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should really only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Main, what type of gameplay is this? There's no gameplay. It's literally just choosing the words during the poem. That's it. That's the only decision making I have. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. Doesn't happen much, but it's fun. It's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Yeah. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. Why would you say that? So I did trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Oh, whoa. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Whack! Kya! Ow. What was... a cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Haha. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Oomph. Sayori suddenly clasps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own. Yours looks really good too. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers, but yours is chocolate. Yeah, what do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and then wraps her arms around her. Nope, wasn't talking to you, Siri. Thanks. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Dude, I agree. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori, Natsuki glances around. Where's Monica? Monica isn't in the clubroom. Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. You can calm down, Yuri. The other two, sure, but you... I didn't say that. That was my character. I was just reading his thoughts. Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything, Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? There's that word again. Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? My last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. Kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better I will. Yay, that sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. I'm not gonna say anything, but you're cooking. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean to pressure you or anything. Don't worry, I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey Yuri, eh? Ah. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one that we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. It's kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing you can make my reading time here any better, if there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. I'm gonna pass on that one, on that line. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. Simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Oh. Wow. Thanks, I'll be right back. Might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we? Shall we? Where are you two off to? You can come with us, Monica. We're just, Yuri's gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird, oh boy. How weird it sounds explaining this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. It's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? What's your problem? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Cal in club activities? My mouth gapes. Suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go. Yeah, Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. I think Monica's a little jealous. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. I gotta work it again and again until I get it right. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? A friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, shall we? Walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Yeah, we are. Do you like oolong tea? I don't know what that is. Yes, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. Shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. This is true. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. Ooh, when it's you who it's around anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me. Known you for 3 days. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? On the hardwood floor. What's wrong with you? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. Bro, it's dog. It's bad. But, and this is a big but, it's a little bit better than last year. Not saying much, because I think last year's was the worst ever. But, if you don't have an extra, like, $75 to spend just on VC, not worth it. Not worth it at all. My friend game shared it with me, so I didn't have to actually pay $70 for the game. I only paid $70 for VC, because, you know, we play in the park, and if you're not upgraded to at least like an 82, you cannot do anything. And it's horrible, because I'm very competitive, and I hate losing, so I was like, poop it, I'll just drop coin and start beating everybody. I know, dude. NBA Live needs to make a comeback. Anyway, Yuri's trying to get a little freaky here, it seems like. Can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. Just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. I do too. Is that so? I wonder why that is. Good save. Good save, buddy. Wow. Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. May I remind you once again, this is a rated M game. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Bro, it's day 3. There's no way. I'm just trying to freaking read my poem, dude. Oh my gosh, that's what's going through your head? Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. Briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. You sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? You sure? Of course. Yeah. That is wild. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that... What do you mean by that? Let's relax. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's, well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was, yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't even focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of our breaths. I raise my arm. Dude, what's going on? What am I playing here? It's different this time? Why is it different? Do I have to read all this? I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Is this what women read? Is this what 50 Shades of Grey is? Monica to the rescue. Thanks, Monica. I always count on you. What? Yeah. Dude, this is wild. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. You can help Yuri put that tea stuff away, right? Of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. What spell? What do you mean, spell? I'll take care of the cups. Yeah, Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. My dream 5 minutes before... Dude, that's real. Who should I show my poem to first? I don't know. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Yeah, I told you I was locked in! Might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer the patience to her. Dude, you know? Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. Dude, that's what I do. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. Raccoon. It happened in the dead of the night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. Who eats bread for a midnight snack? Anyways, my attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. There's gonna be a lot more raccoons. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian? I don't know what that word is. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. Hey Siri, what's never mind, just forget it. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. It's rough. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express a vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Feeding a raccoon is really random. That's a random way of expressing that. It's the sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. What unusual... Is she a witch? Does she practice witchcraft? Sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Well, let's hear it. Well, we're waiting. People would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. Best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. Might be ranting a little bit now. Glad you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. That's two. You named two. That's not a lot. Not a lot. There really aren't many people like you, so writing and listening. That's the key. Yeah, that's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. I don't know who I just chose. Sayori. Oh, I like this one. Has some nice feelings in it. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. It's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. That's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. True. That is actually the point of poetry. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You gonna write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. You're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. True. Don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. Can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Yeah, is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks. I should go write that down. You can read my poem now, okay? Whoa, boy, this is a long one. Alright. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. Yeah, she already doesn't give a rip. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. My balls rub together too. I reach inside of my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Fire. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Fire. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging. Scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. Fire! My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is an echo, 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 echo inside my head. Wow. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm used to you being cheerful. Never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. Relatable. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Well, let's get Natsuki out of the way, because she's a punk. I like your last one better. Really? Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little more daring with this one. But you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat, wow. That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. Still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to say it, sound fancy, or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. Okay, look, see, realistically, I agree. 100% with that. I almost said that verbatim in my poetry class that I took earlier this year. I was like, look, I like when people are just more direct, you know, not beating around the bush, trying to, you know, get people to whatever. But in this case, Yuri likes that, so I like that. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri's head over heels for all this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Making a reader look so hard for all this deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. Beautiful. Guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. Yeah, she's a freaking punk. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. Amy likes spiders. Oh boy, a long poem. Why is everybody writing such long poems? You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world would be better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Wow. Not bad, right? It is quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. Hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid of people find out, they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Oh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. People shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Classic line. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Alright, Monica, let's get this over with. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. Happy you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Here you go. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more... It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I think Monica's too neutral. You can't really appeal to her. I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. It's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like the light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers. Hope you don't mean that in a bad way. Something's weird about Monica? Yeah, she's probably... crazy. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still defending her like that? You must be... Why you do that? You must be pretty into her. Huh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Oh wait, really? Oh, fictional? Yeesh. Kind of whispers that last part. It's just a hunch, but, well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I was just saying, but anyway. You wanna read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Yeah, right? Alright, let's take a look. Save me, the colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. Someone used the word cacophony in my poetry class, and I just rolled my eyes. I was like, ah, alright. I do agree mostly with Natsuki on her writing style. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. We're getting into math now. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me? Monica. Can I talk to you? It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Guess it's just the way I write. Sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. Everybody is talking about magic here, okay? Something a little fishy is going down. I can feel it. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem could be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So, putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. So, is this game like actually kind of teaching you how to like find your voice in poetry? It seems like it is. Like most of the tips I'm getting are decent. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? I just got chills, bro. Oh, that's my advice for today. Thanks, Monica. That's... wow. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. I tried to save earlier. There's an option down there, but I don't know how. Oh. I did. I took a poetry class earlier this year. Okay, so there's already an autosave for 40 minutes ago, so we'll go ahead and do that. Huge. History? What does that mean? Oh. Okay. If everyone could come and sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put something to get... wow, it's not... Okay. Everyone relax. I'm gonna start that again because I just had an aneurysm. It's not like we can put something together dude, I'm like tweaking right now. It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. Tweaking. Yeah, big time. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with the last minute preparations. That's the only way I make preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. That's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it yesterday already. We're going to be performing? Excuse me? Performing? Monica, yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. We're having a slam poetry thing. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. You really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm gonna be performing in front of a group of people like that. Yeah, I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kinda overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event, each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them? To find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know I do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. Why are you doing this? I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Why you do this? Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Ugh, okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Guess I don't really have a choice. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No freaking way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next, says Yuri. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she even bewildered herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see, I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Dude, these are things that, like, my professor would tell us stuff like this. Like, you know, sometimes reading it just isn't enough. When you hear the person who wrote it read it and give it the emotion that, you know, they want applied to it. Whoa, okay. Sayori's not quite on the level of Adolf Hitler. Let's relax. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Yep. Guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Next time, I'm gonna make you pick up a poem that challenges you a little bit. Oh. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Cal. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Cal lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Natsuki, it's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. Just have to go with the one I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I am not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Maybe. Alright then, that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called, why are y'all looking at me? 'Cause you're presenting. The poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. Better not make me do that again. Oh well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori or Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayori fumbles with her words. Let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? Oh. What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Come on, man. Why you gotta do that to me? I know, but I don't want to hurt her feelings. Ugh. It's a horrible question to ask. I know she's mid. It's not. I don't want to hurt her feelings. Who can? All right, relax. There's got to be repercussions for my answer here, right? Okay, hold on. Well, let me save real quick, and we can come back. Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I'd feel awful turning her down. Great answer. Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it? Jeez. Not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Oh, maybe. I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry, everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. Conversation trails off and I'm felt leaving awkward. I'm dyslexic. I'm left feeling awkward. It's kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. Yeah, that's rough. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. So I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what'll happen in that time? Boop. I wish it would mix the words up a little bit. Uncontrollable. Intellectual. Dazzle. Oh, so I see. Every word I choose, one of them jumps up and down. Unrestrained. Vivacious. Entropy. So the words really don't have to make sense together. That's kind of what I was trying to do in the first one. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to load this and try to get every single word in favor of Yuri. I do want to see what happens if I say, you really think I ditch you for Yuri? Huh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that. You're so silly. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. What's the point in speculating something that's never gonna happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Who knows what'll happen in that time. I feel like that was the right decision to make. Okay. Incongruent or existence. Okay, those are disoriented. Unrestrained. I'm just going with the longest words. Electricity. It's depression, starscape. Philosophy, misfortune. Extraordinary. A crap. After image. Parfait. What? Aura? Wow. Crimson. Vitality. I'm on a roll. Vivid. Wow. Unrequited. How would that go to Sayori? That doesn't make any sense. I hate this game. I'm gonna get this. This sucks. Oh my gosh, dude. I already picked the wrong freaking one. Dude, is it possible? Is it possible to have all 20? Okay. Dark? How? There's... Oh my gosh, dude. This is... There's no way. There's no... It can't be possible. There's no way. Adventure? Dude, I don't know. I'm about to look this up, bro. There's no way. There's no way. Monica told me. Alright, this is the last time I'm restarting. Alright, well I only got 2 in, so I might as well restart. Is hers like... Nope, okay. Oh my gosh. Desire? I don't know. I have no idea. Wow. I don't think Vitality was one. Pretty sure I chose that one already and it didn't work. Disaster? No. Adventure didn't work, so I'd assume Journey won't work either. Variants? So good at this. Where does, wow, okay. I missed one. I missed one the whole freaking time. Alright, I'm gonna save it right there and we'll come back tomorrow. Maybe. Probably. Sorry I restarted 40 times. That was kinda lame. Dude, how many slots can you have? Oh my gosh. Dude. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This was the longest stream in a long time. It's 2.5 hours, right? Okay. Yeah, stay tuned tomorrow. I'll probably do this again. Peace.